Mainstays, 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 it's all mainstays. Yeah, I think we might not do it. They have better homes, but that's just cube organization. Not exactly what we're looking for, unfortunately. I'm sure we'll find it at some point. But Mainstays is not a good company. It's actually, I think it's just Walmart's brand, but it's everything I've ever had by Mainstays has sucked and broken, usually at the same time. By the way, hello everyone and welcome to Sunday. We had to come over to Walmart to get a few things. We got to go to Publix and get a few things, but we had mentioned the other day about wanting to possibly get one of those DVD towers because we're out of space to hold anything Xbox related. Sorry, Microsoft. But it looks like Walmart's not going to be a place to do it. Seriously, I've had several things by Mainstays and it has not been good stuff. We may check Target or we may just order something off of Amazon. I like to see that kind of stuff in person before I get it, but I don't know. I don't know the next time we're going to be at Target. So, also I wanted to point out we had some dinner at Witch Witch, and more than anything, I've just really enjoyed getting out of the friggin' house. I don't know about you, but I feel
you're going to be so thrilled about next weekend then.
Yeah, we haven't talked about that.
We haven't?
No.
Okay.
No. This weekend, we are getting out of town a little bit. We're going to Wilmington just for the weekend. Just because in December we worked really hard and we were together a lot, but during that time we were pretty much working. We didn't really get to spend a lot of quality time together. So last year at this time we went to Wilmington.
I thought we went in February.
Oh, I don't know. Well, we went to Wilmington at some point. Now we're going to go to Wilmington again about a year later. It was also when we first started playing Pokemon X and Y, so maybe we'll play more Pokemon X and Y. It's a possibility, I don't know. But yeah, I just needed to get out of the house today. The last few days, I felt really closed in or something. Like, not in a good way. It's not been good. So getting out of the house, period, is really, really, really helpful for us. Anyway, we gotta go home and we gotta do some more shopping, but then we gotta go home and actually start recording LittleBigPlanet 3 because we haven't done that yet. So fingers crossed it turns out all right. Well, Sagan, did it? You were there.
He's purring.
Did it? Oh, the person must mean it did. We recorded four episodes of LittleBigPlanet 3. It's fun, but there are some pretty big differences from 2, in my opinion. I don't know how you felt about it, but
there weren't as many clothing options.
There were less options, and I think it's because they're probably, we didn't check it out, but I have a feeling they're probably pushing the DLC thing, like the microtransactions, like buying outfits.
Collectibles, buy some, but then you have to also buy the DLC to get others.
Probably, yeah. The thing that I noticed, a few things off the bat. For one, I felt like the difficulty ramps up a lot faster than 2. Like, the second level of the game, and I guess you guys won't really see it until episode 2. He didn't puke. I watched him, but he did the puke sound. Thanks for scaring us, Kepler. On the second episode, you'll see that like the difficulty just ramps up really quick, and I was like, man, this is out of nowhere because it is kind of like a kid's game, and I was very surprised that all of a sudden it was like, boom, we're really hard, and there was like, although this is difficult platforming, but that was one thing I noticed. And then the other thing is that, and you guys won't actually notice this very much in it because we edit around it, but there's a lot of loading. Like,
there's a ton of loading
there's
screens.
A ton of loading screens in the game. Like, and the loading takes forever also, which is odd. I mean, it's been like a few years since we played LoadingBigPlanet 2, so I don't remember exactly how that was, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't like this, because there's a lot of loading going on.
In between every map, in between every level. There's like overworld levels that go into smaller levels, and like there's loading between all that.
And sometimes there was loading while someone was talking. Yeah. So it was like loading something and someone was talking and then the talking would keep going but it'd show a loading screen and I'm like, what's happening? But the game itself was fun. Like the actual gameplay of everything was fun. I enjoyed that. It was still LittleBigPlanet, but it does take a lot longer to load and the difficulty was higher off the bat, and it does seem like they're probably pushing some sort of like little microtransaction thing. But as far as the game itself, everything we played was really enjoyable. It felt essentially just like LittleBigPlanet 2. Still had similar art style, similar
voice actors.
Yeah, so it was fun. I don't know how like the overarching story is yet because we've only played 4 episodes, but from what we played, it was pretty fun. And they did do they did a new mechanic where now instead of like picking up the various utilities, you just have a pocket where it stores all of them. So at any point, if you need to get out of the gun and like use it, you just have it, which is kind of convenient.
Also confusing because you forget.
Yeah, and at some point they're going to be introducing new characters because there's new characters in it, and I guess you can switch between on the fly. I don't know, but we're not that far yet, so I guess we'll find out in the future. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was really fun, so I'm excited to play more of it. The other issue I have, which is not an issue with the game, but it's an issue with the PlayStation 4, is that the controllers die so freaking fast.
Yeah.
So fast. Like, I don't know what it is, and it's a stark contrast to the Wii U Pro controller, which we charged once and then didn't have to charge again for like ever. Like, we used them a little bit, and then we waited, and we used a little bit, and waited, and like over the course of like 8 months, we had never charged the controllers. And it's so weird because the PS4 controller, and I know this from having to do Far Cry, it needs charged all the time. Like, I'll do a session, and then the controller's half dead, and I'm like, oh, okay, you don't last very long. I guess it remains to be seen how well the Xbox One controller does, but I guess we'll see more of how that does whenever we start Halo, which is probably what we'll do when LittleBigPlanet 3 ends. So, anyway, that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you've already picked up LittleBigPlanet 3, then talk about your experiences. Ours so far have been good, and there is, certainly more to do, but it looks like it's going to be a pretty fun ride. I just hope that we can find enough costumes to change them every episode. Otherwise, we might be in trouble, because that was our plan. Anyway, let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?
What? Where am I? What's happening?
Die! Alright, charge a shot. Get ready for Lucario. I may not survive this battle. Alright, just lay on him as hard as you can. What the heck? Well, I'm disappointed. I wanted him to die there.